This video is looking at the third mon syllabus. Here we're going to be looking at the throw, which is ukigoshi, in a few minutes. But to start with, we're going to be looking at the ukemi, the break fall. We're going to do a mai ukemi, a front break fall, so a rolling break fall. So to help me, I'm going to use a ball. So you just want like a ball, you can just sort of roll yourself over, or get yourself a load of like cushions or pillows and put them all in nice and tight, and then we can use that. Make sure you've got someone around watching you. So get an adult to help you with this one. That's really important, because at the dojo I would be watching, but then make sure you're looking, getting someone to just check that you're doing the things that I'm saying. Be on something nice and soft, so put something out, something soft, and then we're going to do a rolling break fall. Key to go over the shoulder, not over your head. So I'm going to grab hold of my ball and I'm going to tuck my head in to look away from the ball. Tuck my chin in just like before. Now I roll over my shoulder here. I can either leave the ball there or I can pull the ball onto me. So I take myself over, I'm in nice and close. I've got my left arm forwards. So I look away from that shoulder. I tuck my head in, roll over. Okay? So I get hold of my ball, look away from that shoulder, head in, and roll over and throat. Head in, look away, roll over. So you can see there, look, my head's not touching the ground, over that shoulder, and through. We can obviously do this one from higher up and standing, but here we're just going to do it from kneeling today, and whilst we're at home. When we go back to the dojo, we can do it from standing. So just do it from kneeling. So I'm grab hold of the ball, look away, head in, look, you see I go over my shoulder, my head's not touching the ground, and over. And one more, grab hold of the ball, look away, head in, over my shoulder, and through. When I'm doing it, here, can you get that in? Just checking you can see. So look, let me do it like this. So, also do it without a ball. So I can here, look, I'm going to go over my right arm. So I'm going to look away from that right arm, get my shoulder down now. My right shoulder goes on, but now I come over, my left hip should kind of go on the belt. So I'm not falling left shoulder to right shoulder here. I'm trying to go left shoulder to opposite hip. Here. So I'm going, tuck one shoulder on the line, and then I go over, and then my other hip comes on. So you can see there? So that was my right shoulder to the left hip that landed. I kept my head nice and tucked in, and I got it on along the line. So from here, I'm all tucked up. I'm going to take my left arm. Imagine I'm putting my arm up. Look away from that arm, head in. I'm going to put it across me here. My shoulder is going to touch the ground, not my head, and over and through. So from here, arm up, look away from that arm, tuck the arm across, go over that shoulder, over the hip, and through. Here, over and through. Here, over and through. And one slight extra bit, we can always push up the front leg. So my left arm, left leg, I'm going to go over, my left elbow and knee go down together, I keep reaching, looking over, and then through, and I'm not using my head to go over. That's a roly-poly. Front knee up, go across, over, and through. 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 And one more, go across, over, and through. So, that's your break fall for third mon. People going towards third mon. We're now going to move on to ukigoshi, your third mon throw. This is how it's going to look. Then do the practice and I'll show you again. So third mon, we've got lapel and we've got elbow. We put ourselves in. A real good practice to do is to come underneath the arm and then pull and tip. So you're going to get this action off the person. Pull it in, one, and through. So if you haven't got a person to do it on, I'll have loads of other little bits in a second for you to go through. So pull them in, arm comes underneath, pull up and through. Then the whole throw is going to look like this. So pull them in, come up, and then up, floating hip throw over that hip. Yeah? I'm going to do that once more for you to see. And then we'll get on to all the little practices. So pull in, arm comes underneath, leg comes in, up and through. from there, we're going to carry on and we're going to go through all the different practices to do. This video is looking at the third mon throw. So going from the second mon to the third mon throw. Uki goshi, floating hip throw. So we're going to go through a few practices that you can do without a partner and then show you at the end how to do it with a partner. So here's the throw with a partner. So you've seen how it should look. Now we're going to go through some practices to help it. A few of the things you'll need during this are something you can push along with your foot. So like we've done it in class with a cone. Here I've just bundled together 2 hats. Here, balled them together. Okay, it's just so that you can push it across. Other thing that you'll need is maybe some sort of ball. If it is, could be a bit of a weighted ball, that would be good. Or get yourself something like a bag and just put some clothes in it. And also get yourself your Derek, which will be here. He'll be here in a second. So uki goshi, floating hip throw. So one of the big things people don't do during this is they don't use their feet very well. So as I step in, so I'm here, I'm going to pull my hip in. So my lead hip here, I'm going to pull myself towards my person. Now, I want to bend that knee and I want to stand up here so that this leg comes in. So we're going to make sure we do that by pulling this hat in. You can see there. So from here, I'm going to draw and pull in. So a simple way we're going to do that is set yourself up, go and get your object you're going to push, whether it's a ball or a cone or some newspapers bundled up. From here, like scrunched up, I'm going to start with 1 foot away from it. So here, I'm going to pull myself towards this way, and as I extend this knee, I'm going to pull this leg in. You ready? So we're going to go up, 1. Now I'm going to step away from that hat and pull it up the other way. So what I'm trying to do is get this muscle on the inside of my leg, between my knee and my hip, to pull me up here. I'm going to put my other leg out. I'm going to pull myself into it. So I'm going to do it to count. So you can see here. Ready? So I'm going to start there. So itch. Now step out the other leg. Knee. Pull out the other leg. Bend that far knee. So this one's most probably going to be straight because you're stretching into it. Lift that leg. See? Look, this one's light. I'm pulling myself up. Stand. Put the leg out. So you see here, look. I take this leg. It's off the ground. I'm going to bend that knee and push myself up with this leg to pull this one in and pull your hat in. Sheet. So now leg out here. Go. Up. Rock. Here. Sitch. Up. And ash. Through. Cut. Up. Oops. And just. So I'm going to lean this way and pull myself into it. So with all of these, stop the video and go back over it. Go back over that one, making sure that you're bending that knee that's closest to your partner and you're pulling in. You're closest knee to your partner and pulling in. Here what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate using the gi a little bit, just so we're going to get used to putting ourselves in. So, in, uki goshi, remember you'll go underneath the arm here and the other hand will grab the lapel. So that's what I'm going to do. So, I've stepped in, I'm on the side, my hand's gone underneath the gi, I've got them here, I've got this hat there, I'm going to pull myself in and I'm pulling this gi over towards the other side, so you can see. So swap round, do it on the other side. So I've got my hand underneath the leg, so my leg that's forwards, that hand goes underneath the gi. Can you see that? So I've got my left leg forwards, so therefore my left arm will go underneath the arm of the gi, here. Now, from there, sorry. Let me explain that one again. I explained that wrong. So away from the hat, the leg that's closest to the person is my left one. So my left hand goes underneath. So I hug them here. Now I'm going to pull up and in. Okay, so now I'm going to change my hands round. So I've got my other hand underneath. Stretch out, pull up and in. Uki goshi, floating hip throw. So here I'm out, pull up and in. Other leg. Pull up and in. Uki goshi, pull up and in here, and you can see I'm pushing my hip a little bit in. So as I come from here, I push my hip into it without pushing myself over. I can't try and come stand up tall, but with a curve. Arms out here, there, pull up in. So I'm lifting this gi. Don't pull this gi into you. Lift it up and over you. Ready? Yeah, up and in. Lift it up and over. Through. Up and over. So let's do it to count. Set yourself up. Itch. Over. Set yourself up. Other side. Ready. knee, come up, another arm out, san, up and out, shi, go, lift the gi up high, rug, keep lifting it up high, remember lift up this elbow, sich, up and over you, and one more, ash, and through. So there's a nice little simple one with the gi and the hat. So we're going to continue with the hat, but this time we're going to get hold of our ball or our bag that's slightly heavy. So again, I'm going to step over underneath the hat and I'm going to put the ball on this side. So this hand, my right leg's forwards, my right hand's gone underneath the gi and it's grabbing hold of the ball. So now I'm going to put it up and in. So now I'm going to swap onto the other side. So here's my person, my left leg is forwards, so my left hand goes underneath the gi. I grab hold of the ball here and come up and through. I can practice because this is the biggest bit of footwork that people tend to forget. Here and through. So what they tend to do, instead of moving that, they tend to go and just try and throw over here. But it's this draw in that's really important. So here, I'm going to have the ball on this side, away from the hat, pull up and in, ball on the other side, pull up and in, ball on the other side, pull up and in. So you can get like an arch here. Let's do a few more. Itch, now, knee, san, shi, go, rug, sich, and ash. Good. You see there, I'm getting this. I'm pushing this side up into the ball. So I could put my gi over the top of the ball and hug it in here, and then I can start thinking about this hand. So again, with that same movement, so I'm going to pull this hand towards me. So as I push up and in, I'm going to pull this hand across, because one thing again people do is tend to leave this hand here. I want to pull this arm out, so I'm pulling the ball over me, and then we'll go into the throw in a minute. So from here, I'm going to pull up in, keeping this one pulling out and getting that good arch. Change onto the other side, or just stick to one side and then do the other side. I'm just doing it just because it's working well with the hat. So from here, pull up and in. Here I'm pulling this elbow out. I'm not pulling it in there, I'm pulling it over. Put it on the side of me here. So my foot, you can see, come up and in, pull the arm over and change. Ready, pull up and over. So now let's do that to count. Here, now pull this, remember, pull this gi. Itch, come round. If you can, grab it underneath the gi, because that's where you're going to be grabbing. Sat knee, go underneath. San, shi. From here, watch you don't compress this side. Try and keep this side that's pulling in tall too. Go, so up here. So rather than being like here and crunching it in, I want to try and keep it long from here and pull up. So I've still got this curve, but I'm not compressing this side. Underneath, rug, sich, ash, cur, one more, and jur, and come up and through. So now what we want to do is we want to look at the very end part. So at the end of the movement, when I've pulled this hat in, I won't pull my feet together. I'll have a little bit of a gap, and at the end, I'll pull that back foot round. So you can see from here, if I do it from this angle, I pull my foot in, I get my feet then about shoulder width apart, and at the end, I turn, and then my feet stay shoulder width apart. So here, real simple practice is just adding in 1, 2, here. So step over it. So we're going to keep doing one leg this time. So pull in, and at the end turn. So now I step over it, I pull in, at the end turn. So now try and come in, and then turn. From here, in and then turn. Okay, so let's do that to count from here. So itch, turn at the end. Knee, turn at the end here. San, try and turn it into one motion now. Shi, go, turn it at the end so it's all one. And this leg is going light, so the leg I'm putting in, Ash, is being light and through. All the power's been done with the lead leg. Ke, in at the end, and one more, je. Change feet, same thing, so I come in, turn at the end. Ready? Ich, draw, and then turn at the end. Ni, turn at the end, so all together. San, shi, go, rock, sich, ash, ke, and je. So now we need to put all that together. So this time I'm going to just take the ball. You could do it with the gi as well, but it's up to you. One thing you could always do to mimic that hand is just get hold of that spare belt from here, put it into 4 so it's nice and short, and get it in the backhand. So now you've got your gi hand as well, or your lapel, sorry, your sleeve hand as well. So from here, I'm going to draw up, turn, and dump the ball over here. Okay, let's do that on the same one. Let's keep on one leg to start on this one. So I'm hugging the ball in, I'm in that position, draw up, pulling this hand here, over, and then take that ball up and over. Okay, one more demo, and we'll do it to count, draw up, in, keep pulling, and then draw over. Right, let's do it to count. Ich. Set yourself up. Knee, pull in, those feet apart at the end. San. Shi, feet apart at the end. 2 more. Go. And 1 more. Rock. And now let's do the other side. So put the ball in the other side, the hat by the other one. So let's demo through it. So I'm going to pull with this hand, putting the sleeve in, feet come towards shoulder part, and then they keep staying shoulder part as I turn round, and then I'm pointing the way my partner is with both feet. So I'm not side on still. A lot of people just here whip that round at the end. Okay, let's demo it 2 more times. Come up and through. And once more, and then we'll do it to count. Come up and through. To count. 6. Let's go. So draw in. Ich. Knee. San. Keep that in the far side long. So when you're doing it here, keep that side long. Don't crunch down. Keep it long and tall, even though it's curving. I think we've done 3. Sheep. Roll over, remember, turn those hips and feet round. Up. Go. And rock. And through. So there's some simple ways for you to put into that ukigoshi. We've gone from the starting position of being on the side, okay, in here already. But this is just a case of, as you come in, pull in, okay? So a good way to practice that little draw, get a stick, get your person. So from here, I'm going to pull, so you can see how my stance, I'm going to pull, meet the stick, arm goes underneath. Here, lapel hand goes underneath, 1, here. Here, I'm going to pull in 1, arm underneath, here. Okay, so I turn that hip, but I pull myself into it. I don't step to it, I pull myself towards the stick here. Pull myself. So let's do a couple of reps of that. So I'm going to pull in this lapel and this elbow and put in my lapel leg onto the side. You ready? So like this here. I come in here. Ich. Come back. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Rock. Sich. Ash. Ke. And je. Change grips on the other side. Elbow, lapel. Remember, pull your leg in towards the lapel side, don't worry about putting the hand underneath yet, just pull in, get yourself pulling that hip in. So I'm not just pulling this person towards me, I'm pulling myself in towards the person, but there's tension. I'm not just going here, there, I'm pulling the person towards me and stepping in here. Okay, so from here, hitch, and through. Knee, san, sheep, go, rock, sitch, ash, curve, and one more, and jur here. So now what we do is we take the same thing, but we feed the lapel hand underneath the gi. Be great if you've got a person for this, but if you haven't, just do it the best you can here. So pull in, hand goes underneath, tuck behind, so I can pick the stick up now and come back. From here, so pull in, hand comes underneath, I grab around the back, and then I can pull up. Lapel hand, pull in, hand goes underneath, pull up here. Okay, so from here, hitch, just mind the walls with the stick, obviously, I've just got to look. Knee, hand underneath. San, sheep, and rope, hand underneath the arm, where's the arm? And through. So now on the other side, grab hold of the elbow, grab hold of the lapel, whoop, come here. So from here, I step in, pull, hand comes underneath, here, lift as I pull that leg in. And we're getting all the motions of the throw. In, arm underneath, pull as I get that throw. Whoops. Let's demo it once more, and then we'll do it count of 6. So from here, I pull in, arm underneath, up. From here, to count of 6. Just make sure you got enough room. From here, hitch, knee, san. I didn't get underneath that arm then. Sheep, make sure you go underneath that arm. It's a lot harder with no one in the gi, but if no one's willing to be in the gi, it's the best we can do. Rush, go. One more. And rock, arm underneath the gi, up and through. So there's loads of little practices you can do for ukigoshi with no person. I'm going to show you now how to do it with a person. So now you've done all the practices, here's how it should look, just a reminder of how it should look on a person. So I pull them in, one, arm comes underneath. I pull my hip in, remember, not compressing, keeping myself up. Pull this leg in, shoulder width apart, turn, and take them up and over and through. Again, don't worry if you haven't got anyone, because it is a heavy break fall. If you're not landing on anything light, it is going to hurt. So go through it mainly with the practices. So once more for you to see, I pull in one, arm comes underneath, hip comes in, up and over, and through. And that is everything for the throw, going towards your third mon. Thank you very much.